Hey, what's up, Scott Balcom here with Imagination Creation Films, and today, well, it's July 1st. It's officially halfway through 2022. And, yeah, because it's Friday, that means one thing. That's right, your mortgage is due, or your rent. And it's also time for a live stream. How is everybody doing this fine and wonderful afternoon, morning, depending on which side of the globe you're on? So many people watch from various places. It's fun. It's enjoyable to see so many from so many different places around the world. Hello, Clayton. How are you, buddy? You doing well? Popcorn is made. Drinks found. Phone is wow. That is some attention. That is some attention. And thank you, Clayton, for being an associate producer for many, many months now, and your continued support of the channel. It's going to be, I think, a slow roll off on the live stream today because I get the feeling today that like everybody's busy for some reason, and I mean, yay, good stuff. I am not busy today, but that's kind of good. I was doing some work this morning, but I don't really have anything pressing work that's due today, or Monday's a holiday for us, and like next week is I'll be doing a lot more. But it's going to be nice to have a 3-day weekend here in the wonderful world of the USA, and then my little part of the world. StarLink is continuing to do really, really well. It was cool to see how fast videos upload up there, because I'm definitely worried because it doesn't show fast connection up. It shows around 5 to 7, but even the 5 to 7 is so much faster than what I was getting on my previous ISP, which I need to break up with. And if anybody has any creative suggestions for how to break up with my ISP, let me know. I got to do that. And I need to do that probably like Tuesday too, because otherwise they'll be like, oops, we forgot. We didn't know that you had broken up with us and we charged your card. Friend says, yeah, Canada Day is today. So I'll leave to head off around 3:30 for a few events. Might be the reason some audience isn't here. It certainly could be. Canada Day. What is Canada Day? What day is that symbolizing in Canada? And then Mountain Time. So you got an hour. That's cool. You came here to hang out for an hour. That's very cool. Yeah, I mean it could be UK Day or Spain Day, or there's all kinds of days all over the US or the world. So who knows? Who knows? What is it all about? That's that's Canadian for, Canadian jokes aside. Everybody knows Canadian jokes. And see, like, it's another day where there's clearly people connected here, but mine says that there's one person on. So clearly that's not true. Let's see here. What kind of stuff can we chat about? The Kessler stuff got released finally, which was fantastic. That was, I think Wednesday was the official release. It is really cool. Really, really cool. I'm excited for that. There's so much more enabled with that, and with the Dragon Frame and the Dragon Frame motion and being able to run multiple controllers on there, it's opening up a sea of, is it? Am I freezing? Looks like I'm freezing. That's weird. It just opens up a whole new world, a beautiful possibility in the world. And the Rex Cam, he's not in here. He hasn't figured out yet that I'm live streaming, because he usually likes to come in here when he hears me talking over and over again. And like literally, this is hilarious. As I say that, he's, hey buddy, what's up? You coming in? He's good boy. There he is. He's like, oh, you're live streaming? I got to get on the camera. Good puppy boy. Good boy, Rex. Good boy. Down there. New Raptor firmware, that is true. There was a whole bunch of stuff that came out on the Raptor yesterday. Jared announced it. There's a whole bunch of little bug fixes, a bunch of little tiny feature stuff, and then I guess they're doing some full resolution streaming off of it now. That's kind of cool. And then I heard him say that Komodo firmware, next firmware, will likely be this fall. So kind of excited for that. I mean, I would love it to be yesterday, but there's YouTube telling me 6 minutes ago now that I'm live streaming. Glenn says, kind of a 4th of July, albeit symbolizing our independence, and the day commemorates the anniversary of the Constitution Act back in 1867. Interesting. It's interesting that they're so close together. It's kind of funny, but I mean, it's cool. The interesting thing, I'm sure you've heard about it, but it's wild. It's basically Canada will require companies like YouTube, any TikTok, anything to show Canadians to Canadians first. And basically it'll mess up everybody's algorithms to the point where people that are like, there's a lot of Canadians that are really popular on YouTube and Instagram. They won't be as popular anymore because they'll only be targeted to Canadians. It's wild. I can't believe they're doing that. That just feels, I understand why they're doing it, but I think it's misguided the way that they're doing it. But yeah. Tim says, so many good updates on the latest Raptor beta firmware. Woo, new Raptor beta firmware. Joe, what's up, Joe? The goodest boy. Yep, Rex is the goodest boy. Aren't you, buddy? He's a horse. Remember, he's so big. I felt so bad the other day. FedEx dropped off a package, and wife and I were walking around the front, and we heard Rex just going crazy. And I was like, whoa, he sees somebody. And then I heard a box drop. And then, I realized, oh God, there's someone delivering something right now, and he's going after it. And he's just protecting the turf. He won't bite anybody. He won't. If he's the sensitive bad, then he will, which is weird. It's happened so far. I mean, he chased her extra, ran over there and just apologized profusely because I was like, we try like crazy to teach him not to do that. He just wants to protect his turf. And she's like, I've been chased like 4 times this week. And I was like, he's a really good boy. And so she came out and met Rex, and so they're friends now. So that's all good. Glenn says, I didn't think anything had been released, so I guess I'll have to check today. Yeah. I'm hoping that ELQ mode comes to Komodo. Yeah, I have inquired to find out if it's coming. I don't believe that there's any reason that it couldn't come. But I don't know. I mean, it could be that that Red says, Komodo is still a crash cam. We're going to basically treat it as that and not provide that, because why would you want to shoot something in like a 15:1 compression? And then here comes Phil in with the guess he got the answer before I did, that ELQ mode is coming into Komodo in or around before or during fall 2022. Okay, so it is we're going to get it. Cool. I think it's cool because I really like the low quality mode, and not everything requires, the high quality. And there's definitely some times when I'd like to have the ELQ. Thank you, Phil, for that update, which is hilarious. Oh yeah, people are pouring in now. That's cool. Video's freezing. Yeah, that could be StarLink. I mean, actually, I can look now. I've got the handy app, which will give me all the deets. Oh, yeah. there was some outages. That's interesting. Wonder what that is. Let's see here. 336 obstructed for 5 seconds and 8 seconds. No signal. All of that right now. That's weird. I'll just keep an eye on that. Let's see here. Tim says ELQ is cool, but now I want EHQ. How about ELHQ minus? That'd be good. Reach. Yep, that would be so nice. Yep, there's the Phil Holland popping in there. Clayton says, is that legislation you discussed for all Canadian media and cinema or corporate policy? No, it is a Canadian law, that they're trying to pass and I guess get support for, but it would be for any media of any kind, and that does include social media, that Canadians be targeted for Canadian content first. It's weird because that's a weird stance to do, and it really would. I mean, if you're like I forget who it was. I was watching a video. He was talking about that like 70% of his audience is in the United States, and he's Canadian, and like 15% is Canadian, and then the rest of the world. So if they only showed his content to Canadians, or mostly showed it to Canadians, he wouldn't have any revenue. Nothing would come in, no ads, no views. That would screw up the algorithm on him, which would not promote his videos to anybody who watches it. And so then they wouldn't be able to do business. I mean, theoretically, you should be using your algorithm to promote the people that watch it. And Timmy says, yay! Either way, seems very, very Canadian. Awesome to hear that. Cool. Hello, Kevin. The signal is being rerouted from Mars Colony. It might be. How are we? Yeah, it looks like we're doing okay right now. Let's see. Let's see what the upload speed. Upload is fine for what we're doing, because it only uses about 2 megabits for StreamYard, which is totally cool. And I'm doing that, and outages now seem to be okay. I can let's see. There's nothing on there. So that's a dog. There's my network statistics. So you can see this is when I started live streaming right here, and then all of a sudden bloop and bloop, and that's all my stuff. And then the upload is doing well, and obviously I'm not downloading much, so I got that going for me. Yeah, so let's keep an eye on that. Kevin, how do you know about the Mars colony? Because as I understand it, very few people are supposed to know about that. You seem to be in the know. Oh man, don't say anything about the colony on the backside of the moon. And what is it? I have noticed, and it's probably been around a long time, and I just haven't noticed it. But like, there's the trend, and like I said, it could be for years, where the videos on YouTube are all created by a computer voice, and computer voice, and all B-roll. And it's so irritating, because the formula for these videos, they all want to be 10 minutes long, is the video could be, this is what China found on the backside of the moon. And you're like, cool, let's find out what they found. You get 8 minutes of space travel. Before space travel was even invented, people often wondered about the backside of the moon. Of course, it's not in that voice. It is, people have always wondered about the backside of the moon. And then you get 8 minutes of that. Then you get to the juicy part. And they're like, China found something interesting on the moon, and we'll give you more details when we have it. And then they continue on for the next 2 minutes. It's like, really? So common, and it's so irritating, because that's not what I want. I want information. I love like airplanes, so I always am looking up interesting facts about airplanes and such, and the any kind of like what's the history of the 737, there'll be thousands of these videos that are just B-roll and all computerized voices. It's so irritating. Audio combing effect as the signal passes the moon. Is audio okay, or is it just being weird? I mean, you can let me know. We're friends. We can do that. We ate burritos together. We can do that kind of stuff. Audio should be okay. I guess I could play it. Let's see. It's audio should be okay. Yeah, I sound okay there. And the combing effect, as I understand it, is how they found or were looking for the princess on Spaceballs too. They comb the planet as it would be. What a great movie. Let's see what else is happening. Happening. Have y'all played with the Midjourney? Midjourney's been, we talked about it a little bit last week. Midjourney's been really interesting. I'm kind of over it for the most part. I haven't. Every once in a while, I'll go out there and just type something in, like, "Oh, that'd be cool to see. That'd be cool to see," and I don't really enjoy it that much anymore. I was going to do a video on it at first, and I thought, you know what? Everybody on my Facebook feed is posting Midjourney photos now. I said, so I'm not really showing anything new to anybody, so I decided against it. And a couple other people did some videos, and I don't know that it matters. Joe, what are you up to, Joe? What you still on here, Joe, or you just go pop in and pop out? Come on, Joe. You know you're interested. Why is that not charging? That's interesting. So what does everybody else have going on right now? What's your neck of the world doing? What do you got planned for this weekend? What work you working on? I did. I briefly remembered a short. We'll just call it a skit. It's not really a film. It's not even a short film, but it's a skit I've wanted to do. I actually wrote the idea like 7 years ago, and I want to do it. I just don't know how to do it without other actors. I mean, I guess I could do it with the three Scotts, like the three amigos, but unsure. It's Star Trek based. So what is there a cheap way to do Star Trek costumes and Star Trek prop? I all I really need is a transporter room, and I don't really need much else. I don't even need to transport per se. I just need the transporter engineer or technician and that. So yeah, it was. I mean, I'll give you guys a clue as to what it's about, but I don't want to just spread it out there. I almost did today, but it's called "Don't Tick Off the Transporter Tech." That is, and then you could just evolve that idea from there, and you can see where I go dark with it. I go really dark. Camille, hello. Received my Sennheiser MKH50 today. Have you tried it out? Does it work for you? It's it should be interesting. It's going to be a good quality microphone for sure. Hopefully it does exactly what you need it to do. Interested in hearing from that. Hi from the Netherlands. Hello. I didn't know you were from the Netherlands. That's cool. I enjoy that whole Europe section that comes in for this live stream perfectly. It's cool. It's that world, the world reach. We're drinking orange today. He's laying funny. He rarely ever lays like this. Something his cousin does. Come to Atlanta. We have a Star Trek entire set here. Sorry. Yeah, and I think Reach, you did that too, didn't you? How much is that to rent though? And that's, I know it's the bridge of the Enterprise, but do they have like the transporter room? And well, Reach, you're now in Miami. You were in Atlanta, or you came up to Atlanta to shoot that. But I know you've shot something on there. Reach says, "I got you." Well, let's make this happen, because it'd probably be a lot better with a lot of other people rather than me just trying to shoot it myself. But it's funny. Which lav mic do I use? I use, these are the G3s. These are the EW 100 G3s. Yep. That's the dog, and this is that's how you ruin one, and this is how you turn it vertically. But these are the G3s. They now have the digital ones. I think the digital versions of these. That I think they're calling them the G4s, but they're what is the term that they use on the digital ones? The AVX series, I think it is. But I personally love these for now until they tell me I can't ever use them ever again. And yeah, so far so good. Joanne says, Starlink is now officially mobile per the FCC. I wonder who's going to be the first mobile streaming. Well, so there was someone up in Canada that did that. And since they're not FCC, I guess they don't care. He did that like 3 or 4 months ago before they came out with the RV plan. He basically just took that dish and stuck it on the roof of his SUV and drove around and live streamed for like an hour and a half. And it didn't miss a hitch. It was pretty impressive. And I've noticed on my dish, the Starlink dish is supposed to move around and look everywhere. It never moves. I cannot even make it move. I thought for sure, okay, well, maybe if I'm doing like a fast upload or fast download, it would move and track. No. And I think the reason it's not moving for me is that I have so few satellites to choose from, and they're always like going this way or this way at different angles. That's kind of hard to do, but they're always off into the north, like coming from the north and going past and going this way and then going that way. And so I'm guessing it could just point that way and catch them all enough to make it happen. Because I watched them kind of go between me and Dallas, and there's like 2 bands that kind of flow. So I guess they never really, I guess it never really has to move. Tim's like, let's do it. All right. Let's make it happen. Teamwork makes the dream work. This is true. And now I'm like married to my statistics. I want to make sure that I'm not dropping anything. Camille, ME2 or MK2? I think they're the ME2 because they're not labeled. Pretty sure they're the ME2s. These are the Omnis. And I think that's the ME2. I don't know. I'd have to. God, when did I buy this? I bought it from B&H. I don't know. I don't even think I can be able to search this back. Let's see. EW112 kit, 2013. G3 UHF. Let's see if I can look it up. See which one it was. I can't believe I had the email back from then. I don't even know if it's going to be on here anymore. It's not. It's whatever. So the kit I bought was the engineering version. So it came with two two transmitters, two receivers, and it also came with a mic. No, I bought it. No, that's not it. That's not the one. And I know it's not the one because I bought this kit from B&H. And that one was from a different one. So yeah, that's a different one. That was the for a base station version. So I probably bought this kit, I guess maybe in 2016. So I think it's the omnidirectional ones. They work pretty good. Tariq says 1.4 gigahertz. Joanne says, that's cool. Beyond Nick, hello, Nick. Hey, dude. How's StarLink? Starling, oh man, she's creeped out. She works for the FBI, and then there's that weird doctor. Starlink has been pretty good. I hope this weekend to be able to actually get it mounted up there. I got my mount is sitting over there. We had to erect a large scaffolding, and I've got 4 sets up, and I have to go to a 5th set to get up to the eave of my roof. And it got really, really hot, and we didn't get started early enough. So we'll do that this weekend, almost certainly, and probably in the morning, really. Get up early and go out there and erect that last one, because scaffolding's heavy. And then I could mount it, get it up there, put it in the house where it belongs, and then I can take down my other wirelesses. And that would be cool. Rich says, I think the thing with the XNAR sets in Atlanta is there's props and costumes too. Wow, that's cool. Versus the other ones which just offer the sets. Yeah, I mean, if I was going to do it properly, I would say you would need you need at least one female, and the other 3, well, you need at least one female, one male, and then the other 2, and you can have more, could be anybody. It doesn't really matter for that that storyline. And I could do it with as few as 3, but it'd be a heck of a lot funnier with 4 or 5, especially if the 4 have a lot of a nice synergy with each other, that they can really kind of rattle off of each other, and you can sense that, because that'll really help sell that. I mean, that's literally called acting, but I mean, it would be fun. I mean, and I'll happily do it. I got no problem. Let's see here. Who just messaged me? So yeah, Star Trek stuff. Yeah, that. I think the finished story would really only need to be about 5 minutes, but it could be longer. I mean, it technically could be really short, but it wouldn't be as funny that way. And I'm all about the funny. I'm the dark funny for sure. The dark funny. Oh, look at him stretch out. Oh, see how close he's getting to that tripod leg? You can see it. That paw is going to go boop and knock that tripod leg. He's going to do it. Let's see if I can find, because now I'm really interested. Broadcast. That is going to be a horrible thing to search. B&H. That's wild. You know, I don't. Yeah. April Fools. Yeah, I'll try to find out what that is for you, Camille, and get it. I'm pretty sure it's the Omni. I know they make them with the cardioid, but or the polar pattern, the directional polar pattern, which I don't think is actually that cardioid. I think it's just a slight cardioid pattern, but I don't think they're pretty common. and I don't think they're labeled on the microphones. I really don't. I think that's dumb, but I don't think I've ever seen it on the microphone, so I don't quite know. And I was looking to see if I had the other one over here, and I do not. It's in the cabinet. I don't know. Let me go look. Let me grab it and find out. Excuse me, buddy. Let's see here. I mean, might as well look. Not gonna hurt. Not that one. Is it that one? Nope. That's the handheld microphone. It's not that one. That's that one, isn't it? Yep. There we go. I don't know why I brought my little wand. This is my cabinet light because it's so hard to see in the cabinets. Let's see what we got here. The microphone is not. The microphone is not in this bag. Good job, Scott. Good job. Way to look. I literally was just feeling the bags and could tell what was in it. So, yeah, we'll just talk amongst yourselves. See his paw there on the tripod, just like clockwork. Actually, I do need to put a Rex light up, don't I? Let's see. Let's just look in this one. Wait, what do we got here? There's that's got to be a microphone right there. Let's see. Let's get the answer. We'll look on it. Yeah, it's not printed at all on here. So I don't know. It is definitely not printed. That's what I thought. But I do believe they come with the omnidirectionals. And then we did have a wasp sneak in here earlier, but I got him. I got him right before. So what is everybody working on? What when friends text you while you're live streaming, it's like, come on, man, you could do better than that. Reach, what are you working on? You're cranking out a bunch of videos I saw recently. And let's see. Tim, what are you working on? You got anything you're doing? Beyond Nick, what are you working on over there on the other side of the pond? And then Joanne, I don't have any plans to use StarLink Mobile unless the wife and I both go somewhere. Well, I mean, really, I can't even do that because my internet I have to share with my mom who lives next door. So I send her internet. So if I took the internet, she would have nothing, and that's not fair. See, I don't know. I would love to do it, and I definitely don't want to buy two Starlinks, but who knows? We'll see what happens in the future. Maybe they'll offer a dual don't use more than this plan. That would be kind of cool. Beyond says, just working with the new Raptor firmware. He says, just finishing up the curation of all the media from the British Columbia filming fishing trip. Very cool. How much did you say you ended up with? Did you say 12 terabytes? Is that what I remember, or did you not say? Maybe it was something else that someone said. I definitely have a bunch of projects to finish, and I keep forgetting to do them. It's all the personal stuff that I've done. I've got so much footage back there that I got to keep working on that stuff. Phil says, waiting on a late rental return, working on some gear stuff, and currently working on some really nerdy color stuff. I like nerdy color stuff. Are you playing with those pigments again? That's some expensive stuff. Let's see here. Reach says, I got the R7 to have a B cam to my R6 for an upcoming dock. Very cool. I saw you said the Takina 11-16 is not working with it. Kevin says, one lav has a step up on the barrel. The other lav is mostly straight. Okay, this one was completely straight. It was not stepped up. So which one is that one? Don't think so. Don't think I said, but about 7 terabytes. Well, I mean, it's pretty respectable, for sure. Reach says, I'm in the Sprinter right now, heading to Daytona for the holiday, not driving. Oh, you're just kind of chillaxing in the Sprinter, just cruising on down, or cruising on up, because you're in Miami, aren't you? So you're actually going to get some cooler weather than technically. Have you gone to Kennedy Space Center, Cape Canaveral, and watched a launch yet? I mean, they're freaking launching like every week, and I've only been close to one time, and that was the space shuttle a long time ago, and that was intensely cool, and I absolutely want to keep doing that. I mean, as soon as Boca Chica starts firing off, oh yeah, I'm going to be down there. I'm going to be having a good time because that thing's going to make some noise. I remember because we were 7 miles, I think it was. I think that was as far as or as close as we could be. That and when that thing got up in the air, I mean, I could feel it in my chest. It was wild how much how much how much bass it does, and it's interesting because the the flames that come out are relatively clean. So you would think the sound would be relatively clean, but you get that kind of that popping sound. I always found that really interesting. Why is it being weird right now? Nick says also just wrapped a shooting a car event for Jaguar called Goodwood. It was a fun time. Nice. My next shoot is end of July, and then I'm going to go up to Indiana and visit a friend. Some people may know who that friend might be, and I'm sure I will be doing some type of something from up there. I'm looking for. There we go. I was in Titusville. Let's see where it was. I was on the bridge. This was in 2011. I'm just looking for the beginning of it so I can. I guess there's no. This was shot on a 7D back in the day. Well, you can hear me. Yeah, so let me just push that right to there. And you can just see the, I put it out on my tubes of, where's my, oh, it's there. It is. Okay, there we go. Whoop, that's not going to work. There we go. That's the video. We can mute it. And you can, that's how close we were, but that shaking was from well, not that part. That part was, I had no idea that they were launching. And we heard about that they were launching. We heard about that they were launching while we were there. And we said, well, let's just take a day off and go over there and see if we can catch the launch. And sure enough, we did. That was, it was completely insane, and now I'm totally hooked and completely want to do that over and over again every time there's a launch. But we don't launch here in Texas until Boca Chica comes up. Rich says, I want to do that. Can see the launches from my parents' place in Ponce Inlet, just north of Cape Canaveral. Oh, I mean, I remember seeing one time. I was at Disney World. I was walking around Epcot, and I was like, huh, that's weird. And you could just see it was a nighttime shot, and you just see it going up and over. And I was like, that's got to be a rocket. And I don't think that one was a space shuttle. I think that one was a Delta, but still cool. Godneck says, just loaded all my film color LUTs back onto the Raptor. Such a great tool on set, Phil. Love using them. I know Phil will appreciate that because, yeah, those LUTs are really good. But let's be honest, you got your faves. Of all those LUTs, there's like 10 that are your faves, and you just keep those special. And that's me. I definitely like that. Kevin says you probably have the MKE Love. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought, which is, or is that, yeah. Well, that's the Omni, isn't it? Yeah. Phil says claps and things. It is a wonderful thing. Clayton says, just got all the videos uploaded to that link on Discord, Scott. Only 7 of them are pretty short, but they show the character of the Argus 33 millimeter fairly well for real world testing in natural light. Very cool. Let me see here. Show that. Oh, yep, there they all are. So if you haven't joined the Discord server, I think the link is down at the bottom. I created a non-expiring link to Discord, and maybe it's not on here anymore. Yeah, it might not be on there, but I mean, just hit me up. I'll send you a link to Discord. We have a Discord server where we converse and chat and it's it's free. It's not one of those you got a paywall kind of thing. It's just let's all continue those conversations. Nick says those lab LUTs have been a joy when grading. Yeah, they're fun. It's always interesting when Phil was on here last time talking about his LUTs and talking about grading. It made me completely redo how I do the color in Resolve, which has been really hard. It's like untraining your dog to not touch the tripod. I see you down there. Boop, and he's gonna move that, which will be this camera right here. You'll see it go. Yeah, the lab LUTs are really cool. I enjoy those a lot. What else is going on? I am finishing up the A/B camera comparison between the Dos Komodos, the full spectrum Komodo, and the regular Komodo Classic, as you can see. And also, I have to make a disclaimer that Breakthrough is not modifying anybody's cameras, and it was done specifically for himself because he likes to play, and is not condoned. It's not recommended. Red doesn't want any part of that, but basically that I'll make sure to clarify that, but just so everyone is aware. It's cool though. There's Clayton say, gotta say, Film Color 3 has been used on every production I've DP'd this year. Combined with Film Color 2, it's truly invaluable as a base and more for grading red. Interesting. Oh, I know what you're working on, Phil. I know that's your A, B, C, D, E, F, G comparisons. That's what you're working on. Yeah, that'll be interesting. And then I can piece 2 and 2 together. But Clayton says, thanks, Phil. Yes, thanks, Phil. And if you haven't seen Film Color, it's filmcolor.com, phfx.net will get you to .net. Oops, so I'm going to get it right here. PH, that's Oprah, phfx.com, and then you can get to the Film Color in the shop, I bet you. Yep. Click on shop. So phfx.com, and then click on shop, and well, I'll just drop a link because why not? Phil's always on here. He's always sneaky sitting there in the back, so he gets free plugs. Of course, he's always had free plugs. Let's see here. Beyond Nick says, just did a sensor cal of the new beta, and it literally just took 30 seconds. Yeah, it's super fast on the new one, I hear. Did the boot up time improve any? I can't imagine it would, but it would be cool if it did. I mean, if it got to like sub 10 seconds, that would be slick. Crazy how fast the black balance has come since DSMC 1 and 2. Yeah, it's true. DSMC 1 was really bad. DSMC 2 was slightly better. Slightly better. Although I do like the Dragon auto shade that happens, because it's not bad. It does a pretty good job. Not by a lot, but roughly 20 seconds. If I remember, it's only 22 seconds on a Raptor. So finishing up the dueling Komodos, finishing up the anamorphic lenses, finally getting around to that. And then I have a couple others that are sitting out on pause at the moment. Oh, I just realized my puppet was falling asleep. So a couple of things lined up that are currently on pause, because I don't want to take people's stuff here and just have it sit forever to when I get around to getting to it. So I pause them and then bring them in. What else do we have? I mean, there's going to be quite a bit of stuff to review here soon. But no, the I'm feeling better about getting videos out, and I do recognize I say that a lot, but they are happening. There's definitely progress being made on the back end to get some of this stuff out, and it's going to be a lot of silly stuff with some knowledge as well, because I feel like that combination works really, really well. Nick says, can't wait to put ELQ through its paces as well. I was literally asking guys at Red if they could make something like that for while I was out in LA. Yeah, it is for sure one of the more requested things from the get-go. I remember when Komodo came out, and before there was even we didn't have the low quality. We only had medium and high quality, right? First, then we got the low quality, and then people are like, "Can we have an extra low or an extra low?" Because people are used to that, and I don't like, for a lot of the stuff I shoot on Red, I am typically not shooting below 8:1. And a lot of times, depending on what it is, I'm at 5:1 just on DSMC2, unless it is like super slow motion, well, the super as DSMC2 can get. And then I'm at whatever the limit would be. But I don't like going up high. But I mean, there's a lot of people with like the Scarlet W's, who did not have and they're using the lower speed Red mags, so they couldn't get, like, they're used to shooting at like 22:1. So I can see it. Nick says, shot 10 terabytes at that JAG event last weekend. Wow. Well, I mean, that's a good day. All on Raptor. And now you get the 4 terabyte cards. So 4 terabytes at 15:1 compression. I didn't see the actual number that you had posted, Phil. I don't know if you didn't post it or I just didn't see it. But how many hours? 12 hours? Is it 12 hours at ELQ at 24 frames a second on that? I mean that would be, that's a long video. And network statistics doing fine. Okay. So what else? What else can we chat about? Who's got questions? Let's throw some questions out there. What crazy subject can we get off to that sends us down a rabbit hole that we always do? I enjoy those a lot. it usually just keeps that conversation going. Because I'm a little off today, and I don't know why. It's effectively half. Yeah, I think it's about 15 to 1. I know that it's not absolute. It is variable, but it's not widely variable. So if I remember correctly, like the low quality can be between 7.5 and like I think 8.5, somewhere around there. Uh, to 4 terabytes with 8K, 17 by 9 at 24 frames a second, 11 hours of roll time. That is, I mean, you'd have to refuel there, Phil. If you could be up for 11 hours in a helicopter, somebody's going to be fatigued, or everybody's going to be fatigued. 8K 120 goes from 13 minutes to 21 minutes on a 660. I mean, that helps. Now, what does the quality look like on 8K 120 at ELQ? I would be, I'd be worried a little bit about that. And maybe I shouldn't be, but what? Yeah, has anybody shot with that yet? And kind of A/B'd that? Because that's a lot of data to 15 to 1. Because you're at maximum, yeah. I mean, you're pegging out that media. Let's see here. It's always interesting how slow the StreamYard is compared to over here. Clayton says, "Would you be able to recommend any under?" I literally read that as any underwear. Uh, I have not personally used them yet. I've had offers to borrow one, and I believe it the Salty Dog is the one that really. I mean, there's the big brands out there that I mean everything they make is really good, but it's Salty Dog, right? It's relatively affordable for an underwater housing, and it's basically I think the price of a Komodo. That one seems to be really cool and very affordable. It's almost one that you can talk yourself into buying because some of those can be 20 grand. But I'm pretty sure it's the Salty Dog Komodo. Salty Surf. Salty Surf's housings, and it's cheaper. So it's 41.29 American. And that one seems to have all the features that you really need in one. I think you're just limited on the lens that you can put in there, which for the most part you are across the board anyway. But it looks, I mean, it's been out since originally Komodo came out. Now for Raptor, I don't know because you kind of need them to be very specific so you can get to the buttons. So I'm sure Salty Dog has a Raptor, don't they? Hello, there we go. Camera, red housings. They don't have one for Raptor. They do have a compact housing now. That's interesting. Oh, there's Raptor housing right there. It's yeah, they do have it. Yeah, there it is. So it looks basically the same. It is only $4,000. Now, I'm not sure how you're going to do the monitor on that one. I guess it mounts in the back. Interesting. But yeah, that one definitely look at. And then Camille, she like comes right out, rabbit hole, Airy versus Red. Right tool for the job. Always the right tool for the job. I mean, I do say that Airy has caught up in many ways. And push that up. Oh, there's a cable. I need to get comfortable. There's a cable, a DisplayPort cable that goes to my monitor that's right down here. And if you touch it, I don't know why. If you touch it, it blanks the screen. I thought the whole live stream went off. I mean, Airy has really made some solid leaps and bounds with their Alexa 35. So right tool for the job. I really think I really think you're going to see a whole bunch of Alexa 35s everywhere. And I think when XL comes out from Red, I think you're going to see a ton of XLs. And when Super 35 comes out, I think you're going to see a ton of those too. So, I mean, Venice 2, Venice, Alexa 35, Raptor, XL. I mean, just look at all the options that you have. But if you're doing wildlife, I mean, to me, there's really only one option there because the Venice makes a beautiful image, but it's not compact. The Alexa 35 makes a beautiful image, but it's not compact. One does all that those do, and it's compact, but it can also do 8K, and it can also do it at 120. So, yeah, for nature, which my world, well, it's the world I truly wish to be in, but it's what I do for love. Yeah, red for that one, and red for me. Nick says, but that's definitely a rabbit hole, Camille. Beyond Nick, need to do some tests, but if Monstro is anything to go by, should be fine for online. Interesting. For online is pretty easy because everything gets destroyed online. I mean, it's pitiful how bad everybody's compression is compared to what we're worried about here. To be honest, any non-commercial shoots such as events, I shoot 8K 18 to 1 on the Monstro and always got great results. I mean, for something like that, or an event, yeah, I can see that. I mean, for a long event, I would almost certainly. I don't really shoot long events, but I would probably be coaxed into going up higher than 8 to 1, just because you can't burn through an hour and a half. I mean, that would be a long event, a lot of data. You can burn through that card really fast. Clayton says, I'll have to check out the Salty Dog. It's going to be Stills RF glass on the water likely. Pricing is not too bad though. You're right. Yeah, and they've done a really good job on those. And I remember when Komodo first came out, and they had one that was all painted up. It was pretty. I was like, that's cool. And the price is right. I think they're rated. I don't think they're rated for like 200 pounds. I think they're rated for like 100. They're not quite as deep as I can't think of the other. Well, they're back ordered 6 to 8 weeks. So Komodo Compact is only $3,400. That's really and that color is really nice. It looks so familiar for some reason. So you can do the camera, 2 BP 975s. I'm looking for what it says for the lens. Lens. Oh, wait, there we go. So it's also only rated for 66 feet. It's definitely not a 200-foot housing, but I mean, if you're free diving or you're scuba diving, 66 feet is a lot for your ears and for breath. What does it say about lens? Interesting. Let's see here. YouTube and Instagram compression is probably somewhere like 1,000. You're probably not far off. Facebook is the worst. I mean, it is unreal. And I also have like Instagram. I have it when I post a video, it saves the video locally, and I always like to compare those. And it's hilarious. Like I'll post a nice like 1080 video up there. It's really nice, and what downloads back is like 600K in size. It's so bad. Any fun, cool shoot anecdotes you guys have? That'd be a good one. Yeah, I'll open that up to the full floor of the audience. Let me think if I have any shoot anecdotes. I can't really think of any right offhand. I don't know. Let's get the conversation going and see what happens. Clay says, "Yeah, I can't imagine the scuba or surface content plan would push the limits of the housing. Still a bit nerve wracking anytime. Oh, yeah, I remember my first underwater housing. Well, first underwater housing was literally the fish tank. But then I bought, what was it, the Ewa Marine. They're the Ziploc bags, and it's a heavy Ziploc bag, but it's custom built or sized for the camera. And what did I have? It wasn't the HVX. It had to have been like the GL1 that I had in that. It has to be. And I was completely nerve wracked the whole time. Iwa Marie. Really? Nope. It was the XHA1. Wow. It's hard to believe, but yeah, I forgot about the XHA1. I had that one after the HVX. And I like that camera. It actually did pretty good, except for the 420 color sampling, but or four. No, it's not 420. It was 411. Yes, 411. Yeah, pretty sure. Or was it 420? No, I don't know. Yeah, I sold it to a guy in Canada, in Thunder Bay, Ontario, back in 2008. It's hard to believe I have that email, but it was the Ewa Marine Plus. Oh, that's right. I had the VidLED. So the the first LED light for that was purposely built for on camera was VidLED, and that was back. I don't know. That was like 2007. And I think it was a tank, but I remember having that light. Man, emails are hilarious. That's funny. Yeah, I would not recommend the E1 Marines at all. Nick says, I've had one of those too. They always look so sketchy. Yeah, it always bothered me that the instructions, like, you place a towel in the bottom to absorb moisture and water. And I'm like, isn't the entire purpose of the housing to not allow any water in? I feel like that should be kind of a not necessary step. But even the big ones, they have the desiccants in there, and I mean it's a thing. Let's see. One day, I almost I got halfway through thinking about it, but one day I'll probably live stream just from the pool. Just it's not an extravagant pool. It's actually pretty bad, but I think it'd be fun just to have it would be awesome. I blacked out here. Am I back? Oh my god. That screen is black. Oh, now I'm back. That was weird. Now I want to know. I'm talking. Oh no, I'm paused. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that was an outage or something, wasn't it? Let's see. But it doesn't show one. That's weird. It doesn't show any outage at all. Huh. Interesting. But it also shows there's no one connected again. So it's like, come on, figure it out. It'd be fun to do a night a night live stream from the pool. Because I would totally just wear the wireless microphone. I don't know where I'd put I would probably put the wireless transmitter in my hat as well, and then I would just have to figure out how to keep it connected. And then I could just float around, and I'd use a projector up on the wall so I could actually see what everybody was chatting about. I don't know. I'm sure everyone's like, no. I'm I'm just looking around at the things that to chat about. Um, did y'all see the new the 360 camera from the Insta 360, but it's the new Pro one? It does a pretty nice job in a lot of ways. And I just saw a friend did one where he was doing nighttime time lapses of the Milky Way with that 360 camera, and it did it. It did it pretty good. I was really impressed. I was like, wow, maybe it's time to have a little fun with some 360 cameras. Mostly because I would much rather create something than people see 360 from Meta and think that it's cool. Nick says, "Yeah, it looks it's definitely bigger. It's definitely more expensive. It's what, $800, but it's pretty cool. It did a good job. Bill, did you see that one? It was from what's his name? Let me see. From what in the world? Good grief! What are all these? There's like everybody released videos from OLTJP is the YouTube channel. But yeah, he loves to he uses the cine shooter from Kessler, and he uses a really long carbon boom pole, and he puts 360 cameras on the end, and then he uses it to just like cruise around all over everywhere, and then he can use the reframing on the 360, and it looks really wild. He did that a couple of times, and I guess so there's Make Art Now is talking about the new Axibo motion control, which really looks interesting. It I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to badmouth them, because I mean there needs to be lots of motion control in the world. There's no reason not to support it, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that sturdy if you put weight on it. I'd be a little cautious about because they say it supports 22 pounds, but the motors may support 22 pounds, but the way they've got it rigged, I don't think that's going to be good for 22 pounds. But they're talking about using it with Unreal Engine, which is interesting. I'm not sure what tie-in they have with Unreal. I know this much about Unreal, and then like before the stream started, I know that much about Unreal. I learned a little more. But I mean, technically, if you put a tracker on the camera, every motion control can be used with Unreal. But it's this, what in the world? Rubber rogue. Clayton says, "Oh, and hello, Bill. How are you? Have a great rest of the day. All heading off now for Canada Day. Have a happy Canada Day, Clayton. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for continuing to support the channel." Nick says, "The only thing I use my Insta 360 for is BTS. I I have which one do I have? My 360 camera is, I know, it just paused again. It's let me just grab it. Mine's old, and I did it a few times, and then I was like, you know what? It's not there, and it's not for me, and it's not in here. Oh, there it is. Right there. Trying to remember the brand of this thing. Everything about it was not cool. And this one is the the Rico. It's the Rico 360, and it was yeah, it was okay. I should play with this more. The resolution was absolutely pathetic on it, like really really bad. And I've thought about getting some of the others. I've looked at the GoPro. I just, when they're like, it's a 6K sensor, but when you do a 360 with 6K, the resolution is horrible. It does not look good. And just imagine how these were 1080, I think. Yeah, so that new one from Insta360 or Insta, whatever they are, it definitely looked better, everything that I've seen. Bill says, have you done any more Midjourney creations? No, I was talking about that earlier. I honestly have not. I've not been inspired to search anything on there. Every once in a while, somebody will say something, and I'm like, those are two words right there that should definitely be mixed together. In fact, let me look at what the last ones I did. No, not that one. This one. Yeah. It does such a weird thing. It was I was thinking, man, that's going to make people's heads explode. Is literally what I was thinking about, whatever it was I was thinking about. And so I typed it in, and it was really bad. It didn't do a very good job. And this was after coaxing it several times. I mean, it honestly looks like exploded heads and afros, and I that's not what I typed in. It feels weird. I just thought it'd be funny to see that's gonna make people's heads explode, what that would look like. Yeah, that was literally the last one I did, and the versions before. Oh, and I did another one, and it wasn't even remotely close. And then these, somebody had posted something about Red Komodo, Red V Raptor, and Red V Raptor XL, and so I typed that in, and I thought, oh, it'd be cool if it could fit. No, it could. It literally just put a red box. And put the word Komodo on it. I'm like, I don't think that means what it means to you. Yeah, so that one. And like, has anybody been keeping up with the Google story? So Google, some guy came out that apparently worked for Google AI and said that the Google AI project he was working on had become self-aware and was a sentient being. And Google promptly fired him for breaking his NDA, blah, blah, blah. And then apparently, like a couple of days later, the AI has retained an attorney. So this is getting really wild now. It's like, how did you give the AI access to an attorney? And, what did the AI use for payment? I don't know. Clayton says, thanks, guy. Let me know what you think of some of the Raptor clips. Yeah, I'll take a look at those after the stream. Nick says, the Max and the Insta360 V2 is the lowest quality you want to go. Yeah, and I didn't think the Max was that impressive either. Yeah, Bill says, I did both of my film posters with it. They did an update last night where you could follow peeps and stuff. I did see that message. And other friend, Bill, he said, the Midjourney is perfect for doing like music art, for like cover page art or thumbnails and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that could be cool, because literally that's really all album art has ever been, is some kind of cool depiction of art on the front of an album. So if you can use AI to do that, that'd be kind of cool. Nick laughing. Bill, yes, AI has consciousness. I don't know. I don't know if it does or doesn't. I don't think we should be in a position giving AI consciousness, because we'll never define what is and isn't after that. I don't know. I don't want to say anything negative in case AI also has control over the YouTube and like then demotes my channel, and you don't want to make mad at the AI. What is Midjourney? Yeah, Nick, it's I'll tell you what, Nick. Let's do one live here. Let me figure out how to do this without getting rid or showing more than I should. So what Midjourney is an AI that does prompts. So Nick, since you are the one with the question, tell me what you would like AI to create. And so you give it words and think about AI as a dumb child or a I think it just freezes you. Okay. So what crazy thing in your head would you like to have visualized? And go ahead and type it in down there, and then we need to dive into that with prompts. And so there's going to be words that we need to do. So Nick, this is your opportunity, man. You get to see AI create it, and AI is going to create it in about 60 seconds, and it's going to create 4 versions of it. It's going to be pretty interesting because they always are. Bill says, just like my doc has uncovered, the next evolution of life is synthetic beings. Yes, indeed. Oh, look at there. Hello, Dave. How are you? Grip tips. Ahoy. Are you in the water? You're in the water? No, Nick, I can't type in the word wow. You have to give me prompts. Give me, just think of something you couldn't possibly draw or create as well as you think, but you would like to see it visualized. And let's do one. And we'll type it in. Can I hide? I can't hide that. I don't. World of Warcraft. No, Dave, it's not your turn. It's Nick's turn. How do I hide that? There's got to be a way to hide that. I'm not a God's gift to Discord either. But you basically you do it all in Discord. Terminator spaceship play fire. No, come on, Nick. You got to do it. What are we doing? Dave, we were just talking about Midjourney, and Nick was asking, what is Midjourney? And it's AI prompted visualizations based upon what you feed it. And so Nick is, there we go. Okay. All right. So we want, he said, he's starting off. So Nick, get ready to type, because we're going to have to prompt for this, because if I just type that in, it's going to be whatever it wants. So let's be specific. So we want a T-Rex. Okay. And we want it in the style of 19th century painting. We can do that. What color T-Rex? What do we want? Do we want it to be cartoon? Do we want it? Well, you want to be painting. So we got that. Do you want atmosphere? Do you want, where do you want the T-Rex to be? Do you want the T-Rex in outer space? Do you want the T-Rex in a grassy knoll? Do you want the T-Rex holding a stuffed teddy bear? And it's blue. Do you want Smurfs to invade? I mean, it won't do anything super, super specific. It actually, it will take everything and change it just enough where it's not infringing on copyright. But come on, let's dig in here, Nick. I'll just type in that one first. T-Rex in the style of 19th century, can't spell, century oil painting. And that'll be fine just like that. So we'll do that one while that one is working away. I really want to hide. Oh, Okay, so I can do that. There we go. So this is displaying it. This is it real time here. Hopefully nothing is. Oh, quit it. I knew something was going to happen. So this is it in real time. You can see it generating this. So we're gonna already go ahead and start typing in. Oops, don't do that. Okay, I guess I can't. Nope, can't do that. All right, I'll wait for it to finish, and then we'll switch over and type it back again. A futuristic setting with an epic mood at sunrise. Okay, so we're getting there, and then let's see. We're almost done. Almost done. Oh, quit it. Go. There we go. So there's your oil painting of it. All right. So now you're saying let's do. Let's imagine, and we're going to do a T-Rex with a wearing a mohawk with metal spikes. Okay. Yeah, Dave, I did try typing in my own name. It had no idea who I was, and I don't know who that was that it said. A futuristic setting. Living in the future. An epic mood. Epic mood. Let's do at sunrise. Epic mood. How about fire and brimstone? And brimstone in the style of a 19th century oil painting. Yeah, that would be good. And yeah, we'll do that one. And we'll let that one go. And so here comes your on demand here. So you can kind of see where it goes. And it starts to look like exactly what you're thinking, and then it starts to go like crazy AI. So then once it's completed with its it's going to give you 4 options. So you can then up-res those. So it up-res doesn't just mean higher resolution. It means I'm going to spend more time making that one look better. Or you can do 4 more variations based upon one. So it, I don't know if that metal spike, well, the church is hilarious. The metal spikes did not translate very well. So we're there. Which one do you like, Nick? So you to choose. So it's 1, 2, 3, or 4 going across from the top left to right, 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 from the bottom. Choose one of those 4. And do you want a variation or 4 variations based upon it? Or would you like it to refine that one? So make your selection, please. So 1, 2, 3, or 4. And would you like it to be enhanced, or would you like a variation? I kind of have I really kind of dig the I like number 3 because I see a T-Rex over a campfire enjoying a nice Stegosaurus, and you can already see what it's doing, because if you look on number 3, and if you look on number 4, and if you look on number 2, they all have extra legs, which is really weird. So you want to up-res number 4. So here we go. We will up-res number 4 and see where it takes it. Refined. And we can also go back and so all of these are in existence for pretty much ever. So I can go back and look at them forever. So now it's going to do it. And now yep. Now we're starting to get our oil painting in there. And then we're going to start getting, you can do like impressionist, you can get painted by so-and-so. I mean, you can get that detailed. It's really wild what you can get away with in here. But it's only if it's exciting to your brain at the moment, because like none of this has been doing anything for me lately. I got the stuff that I was interested out of it, but then didn't really go after that. We're almost done with that one. You can also do photorealistic, and it will do like a photo version of it. It's pretty wild. Let's see here. So there's your artist in 19th century oil painting of fire and brimstone. I love that they've added it. Now it's a house. It's because there's a fireplace. Yep, but the dragon's on fire. That's kind of hilarious. Let's see here. Why can't I go up and down? Oh, I know why. So why? Let's see what happens if I go version. There we go. I'm just going to do some variations of 4 real quick and just see what it does. Yeah, it's really wild. If anybody else wants to try one, just type in everything you want to see. Just type it in down there, and I'll translate it to it, because you gotta think like AI, which is to say you gotta explain everything, but you can't talk like a human to it. You got to just give it the pieces that it needs. And I'm definitely not as good as, I'm nowhere near as good as some of these people. They've got some quite amazing. So that one's already done. I don't know what that did. I do want to see, I want to see an upres of 3. There it goes. It is pretty interesting, pretty wild. Where are we at? We're at 5 o'clock. See, I like that, but it always does. Like I was using it to model some alien heads, and it always adds more stuff than the alien should have. So if it has 2 eyes, all of a sudden your alien has 5 eyes. And it's like, why are you doing that? Look at the weird head that it's already doing. I really enjoy the fact that it has a bone sitting over a fire. Or that's supposed to be its tail, isn't it? Is it a tail and it's wearing one of those like money purses on its belt? I don't know. And now it kind of looks like it has like a do-rag on its head. And then the tail has become another leg. I don't know. It's weird. That's AI for you. That is Bill. Bill did that on purpose just so he could appear on the live stream. Let me see here. What did Bill? Let's see here. Bill. Oh yeah. So that was pretty scary, but that's one Bill Howard did there, and it's it's gruesome. But look how many eyes it has. It has eyes where everywhere there's a hole, there's more. It's creepy stuff. It could get really out there. I'll show you one, Nick, that I did like, that it was right up what I was looking for. So this is time travel. How I think I phrased it differently, but that's that's time travel there. And then there was another version of it, this one, that I really, really enjoyed. And then from my sci-fi stuff that I was interested in, this this one turned out pretty good. I was really impressed with how that one came out, because that is kind of what my brain was thinking when I asked it to do that. And then there's a couple of versions of that one. There's that one, which is kind of amazing. But again, I'm already kind of through it. It did this spacecraft, which kind of looked cool. I don't know what the one spacecraft with the flamethrower is, but I mean, kind of cool. This was Tom Cruise and Oprah Winfrey on a couch, but I don't know why there's an alien head poking out of Tom Cruise. So I don't know what was that. These are supposed to be deer on a meadow, but they have like lots of legs. I don't really understand that one. This one was cool. That came out nicely. And these are photorealistic. This was one of the aliens that it had created for me, which is ultra creepy. I would totally take the back of that head off and just work on the front. And then the bedroom, this one. This is absolutely what I had in my brain when I was typing it in for this one. And this is my sci-fi. And then this one, yeah, this one's cool. There we go. There's another one. I mean, but that's about it. That's about all the ones that oh, no, that's not true. There's this one. This one came out really nice, and I just did that one for fun. But that would be a really cool album cover right there, for sure. That was it. That was, yep, that was practically it. Yep, I did. Yeah. So there you go. There's your Midjourney. So if you want to do Midjourney, you need an invite for it. I don't have any more invites, but anybody that has an invite should be able to send you an invite. If you just ask people on Facebook and say, hey, has anybody got an invite? They can generate one and send you one if they have one. And then you got to learn the lingo of what to do, and you can do it. All right, it's getting kind of quiet in here. Who's got stuff to say? Dave, what are you up to? What are you working on, Dave? We gotta work together here soon. We only got to hang for what, 10 minutes at Cine Gear. That was not enough time. But your friend was very cool. I enjoyed her. She was a lot of fun. All right, who's got stuff to chat about? What you want to chat about? I'm all ears. I'm all mouth too, most of the time. Rex is perfectly. Look how he's just gently caressing the tripod there. He's gonna make a move. And I haven't seen another wasp. Yesterday was really bad. It was a double wasp day in here, and it was not just in here. It was back in the music studio, and yeah, there was a whole thing happening there. All right, come on. If everybody's not in a chatting mood, it's cool. We can end it. I don't want to just blab for no reason. If people have stuff they want to chat about, I'm just looking around for stuff I can share, talk about, all kinds of stuff. Stop motion. I'm definitely getting into stop motion. I'm enjoying the heck out of that. And last week was Steadycraft, he was kind of hanging out in the chat, which was a lot of fun. He's really into the stop motion as well, and so I think when we get him on here, it's going to be fun. All right, well, nobody has any comments. Nobody has anything to say, and I mean, it's my fault because I normally have like 150 things to chat about, and I can just keep going and going. But if nobody has anything they want to chat about, we can end it early. I don't know. It's all good. We'll put 5 minutes on the clock, and if nobody talks in the next 3 minutes, then we'll just end it. No big deal. Yeah, I mean it's a holiday weekend for America, holiday weekend for Canada. It's probably a holiday weekend for pretty much everyone else in the world. So it's all good. It's all good. Rex, is it all good, bud? Is it good, buddy? He's not even waking up. He's like, hush, Dad. Rex, what's up? Are you waking up? Nope. You're not even gonna wake up for me. All right. Well, then let's just close it down and give everybody back their afternoon. Thank you guys for hanging out, and Nick, have some fun with the Midjourney. It can definitely keep you occupied. And yeah, as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions.